Hi, it's Miss Pritzel at the Appleton Library, and I'm book checking one of our brand new books. Like, literally, I just read it, and the book just came back from cataloging. Woo! Okay, so this is labeled as horror, but I think people who like mystery suspense may also like this, because some of our mystery suspense books get a little horrific. Okay? And that's the kind of horror we're talking about, like horror movie kind of horror. And I can think of two other books that, like, if you like those, you're going to love this. So, our main character is Charity, and it is told totally from her point of view. Now, Charity has a family that doesn't really care for her, so she has had this summer job. She's 17, I believe. She has had this summer job working at Camp Mirror Lake. Now, Camp Mirror Lake was the setting for a horror film. So what they do at Camp Mirror Lake is they do like a theme thing where people actually pay to be scared out of their mind. So Charity has done this for 3 years. So, like, she started this, she started that. Now she is the final girl in all the scenarios. But the owner also is kind of an absentee owner, even though, like, teams are running this place. Charity is kind of running all the simulations. You know, she's working with a team and a crew, but she's running the simulations. And like I said, it's amazing. Like, Charity loves doing this because she loves horror films and stuff like that. So, one problem Charity talks about is, like, she was one who would interview people and hire people. And, like, she didn't do the actual hiring, but she interviewed, and then the owner would decide whether they'd be hired or not. But throughout this summer, because they're at the end of her third summer, there's like, I think they start with the third to last terror night. And she talks about, like, how many employees they've lost over the year. But this is not an uncommon occurrence. This year seems to be particularly bad, but so you might see where it's going already. At least I did. All right. So they're on their second to last horror night. Second to last horror night. And they're doing the simulation. And at the very end, something unexpected happens. An old lady with a shotgun appears at the front gates. And then all the people who are actually the actors in this are, like, running for their lives too, because the lady shoots off the shotgun. So then the police come. The police are kind of, like, really weird about this, and Charity just hates this, and, like, the police aren't taking this seriously, and people just hate this camp. So, and she's short-staffed, and she's got, like, one or two more nights that she has to do, and the final night being the big finale one. So she calls in some friends to do to help her with this, and also closing up the camp. And one of her friends is investigative reporter for their school newspaper, and she has done some investigation on Camp Mirror Lake, and it was more than just the setting for a horror film. There is some history that comes into play here, and that's where we get horror, very, very horror-ish. So this is more like, at the beginning, it's more horror, like people actually pay to do this? Yes, they do. I can think of things people do. And Charity, and it turns into a true horror movie, but it's not a movie. It's really happening. Like I said, I really did enjoy this. The author and the character, our main character is African American. Like I said, if you're a fan of horror, it's a slow burn horror, because it takes a while to get to, like, the truly gory horror stuff. But if you are a fan of mystery suspense, I think you will find this equally interesting, because there is a lot of, like, there is investigation and stuff into the things that are going on. So, all right. Like I said, I am very excited about this. I highly recommend it. It's not super long, which is another plus. So, have a fantastic day. And once again, if this is not your cup of tea, I always love to help people find books that they want to read. So, have a fantastic day and keep on reading.